My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection 81 Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits. And so here we have Angelo Dawkins posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Angelo Dawkins does come with several sets of hands. We do get a pair of fists. We get a pair of grip hands. Then we get a pair of splayed open hands. He of course does come with his entrance jacket, which looks really nice. I am glad it is soft goods. Other than that, Angelo Dawkins doesn't come with anything else, so with that out of the way, let's actually move on to his details. And so here we have a closer look at Angelo Dawkins, and I'm gonna say this, there is so much wrong with this figure that they did more things wrong than they did right. I think they did like maybe 5 things right with this figure, but everything else is completely wrong. So having a look at the face, really liking the head sculpt. This is one of the better head sculpts that Mattel has done. It looks a lot like Angelo Dawkins, and I really do love the headband that he is wearing, the Street Profits Never Lost, which looks really nice. I do like the paintwork on it. It's one of those things that could have had so many issues with it, but thankfully it doesn't, and unfortunately it's not. Oh, it is removable, huh? It looked like it was a solid piece on mine. I wasn't aware that that was a separate piece, but yeah, apparently this does come off. That's new to me. I thought it was just a single piece, but yeah. Really do like the head sculpt. It's the better head sculpt that we've seen from Mattel, and it looks really nice, really cool. I do like it. It looks a lot like Angelo Dawkins. I especially love the detailing they did on his hair, especially with the fade into his beard. It looks really good. I'm gonna give Mattel credit on Angelo Dawkins' head here. This is where we're gonna dock points though. The body on this figure is 1,000,000% absolutely wrong. Mattel went the cheap route and decided to reuse a torso that they thought was close enough, but it's not. Theirs is nowhere near Angelo Dawkins, to be quite honest. They gave him the Braun Strowman torso. Angelo Dawkins, I do get, is a bigger guy, but he is not Braun Strowman's size, and that is quite noticeable. It is terrible. This was a terrible body when it initially came out. It's still a terrible body now, and to use it on Dawkins here, very bad choice by Mattel. They should not have done that. It's so bad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I get that he kind of wears like a singlet to the ring, but they went the extra mile on Montez Ford to sculpt him his own torso. Why couldn't they do that with Angelo Dawkins here? Because along with the Braun Strowman torso, we get the Braun Strowman arms, which again, he is a bigger guy, but he is not Braun Strowman big, and oh my god, this looks so bad. He can't put his arms down. That's as far as his arms go. I don't know what Mattel was thinking when they made this figure. I mean, we do get some nice paint outs on his wrist right here, but overall, it's still a bad looking figure. Like, there's no redeeming qualities to the torso on Angelo Dawkins here. It's bad. I'm not gonna lie. It is 100% bad. So going on to his lower torso, where they did a little bit better, but they still did things wrong. At least on mine. This might not be a universal issue. It could be a universal issue, but the legs on mine, very loosey-goosey. You can see that it doesn't take much to move them forward. Once you get them to a spot that they don't move, it's fine. But yeah, in the neutral position where you expect it to be the strongest, very loose. Like once you get past a certain point, oh, this leg doesn't even hold its own weight. This one does, but you can see this one, not at all. I do like the sculpt work on his shorts here. They did a good job with it. And the paintwork is cleaner than Montez Ford, where the white actually seems white. It doesn't have any fading. There's no weak spots in it. It looks really good, so I do like that. Another issue I do have on mine, the knees. Like you can see right here, that knee does not want to stay locked. It wants to move around. This one, yeah, it has the same issue. So on mine, it's just riddled with QC at the lower torso. Like, it looks like his knees are trying to talk to you, which that's a very bad thing when it comes to action figures. That should not be happening on any figure. And you can see how loose that is. I'm barely touching it, and it does not want to stay in place. This one, not so much. That one's a little bit better, but that is a big gap. You can pretty much stick your whole finger in there if you really wanted to. As far as his calves go, this is the way I think they should do all calves, especially when it comes to people who wear shorts. Hide it underneath the knee pad or the shorts and then do the swivel here. That's how it should be. It replicates his sock, which is going underneath his shorts, which I do like. Then we get a black part for his socks there. Then we get white soles for his feet and red shoes. So overall, Montez Ford here is... it's a figure. I'm gonna say it's a figure. The head sculpt is really nice and the accessories are cool, but overall this is one figure that I'm like, they could have done so much better with it. He doesn't even look right body proportion wise. Mattel needs to redo Angelo Dawkins with a better torso. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get and compare to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Angelo Dawkins posed next to him, Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. And for one final comparison, here we do have Angelo Dawkins posed next to his fellow Street Profit, Montez Ford. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation now. Angelo Dawkins does have a ball joint in the head, which surprisingly looks up very nicely. Can't really look down because that's as far down as he looks, but he does get some pretty good head tilt as well as left and right rotation. He does have ball jointed shoulders, so they do go out to about right there. They do go all the way around, and again, they don't go in any more than that, so that is unfortunate, but they actually still work, so I guess that's a good thing. We do have a bicep swivel, which works fine, single bend here at the elbow, swivel hinge at the wrist, ab crunch, which goes back quite a bit, doesn't go too far forward because it is that ugly Braun Strowman torso, swivel at the waist, which is a little bit loose. He does feel like a cheaper figure just overall than Montez Ford, which is unfortunate. Legs do kick forward to about right there. They can go higher, but then they start swiveling outward, so do be aware of that. They go back out to the side to about right there, and again you can see how that leg doesn't support its own weight. Thigh swivel works fine. Double bend here at the knee looks really ugly. I honestly would have opted out for just a single bend here on Angelo Dawkins if it made the figure look better, and that's just me, to be quite honest, and that is really going to bother me. Swivel here at the, I guess, upper calf, because it does meet where his shorts end. We have a hinge in the ankle, which does go back and forward, and then of course some rocker ankle. So overall, pretty good articulation on Angelo Dawkins here. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have Angelo Dawkins posed for my final thoughts, and overall, I had some mixed bag between this figure. I really do like the detailings on the figure. I think the paint apps on him are better than Montez Ford, which is surprising because when you see paint problems on one figure, they normally all have paint issues. Angelo Dawkins here has some pretty good paint apps, and I gotta commend Mattel for giving him the right amount of paint versus what they did with Montez Ford. However, why did they give him the Braun Strowman body? I don't understand Mattel's thought process sometimes. They could have easily made a new torso or gone with a different torso, like maybe an Undertaker or Kane. Kane probably has the perfect torso for Angelo Dawkins. Why did they not go with that body? I just don't understand it. Mattel's thought process sometimes is very confusing, and this figure suffers from a lack of direction. The fact that they went with a Braun Strowman body just completely ruins the look of this figure, because everything else on him has to be scaled up, which does cause an issue because, like I said, Montez Ford is a smaller guy, Angelo Dawkins is a bigger guy. I don't know why, and they made Angelo Dawkins a huge guy. That is not how Angelo Dawkins looked. I really think that Mattel missed the mark with this figure. Even though the head sculpt is really nice and the paint is good, that doesn't make up for a terrible choice in body. And now, unfortunately, this is the formula that Mattel is going to stick with for every Angelo Dawkins figure in the future, which I think that's a shame, because Angelo Dawkins is a really talented competitor, and it does suck that all his figures are going to look like this in the future. I do recommend getting the Street Profits if you're a fan of the stable itself or just want them in your collection to fill out your roster, but as good faith, I really can't recommend this figure if you guys are looking for accuracy, because this does not fit Angelo Dawkins quite well. And that's not just me saying that, that's everybody saying that. I would have even taken the Walter body painted rather than this. I think, yeah, they really didn't mess up with this figure. So with that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this figure, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.